Fletch in Oklahoma. Hi, Fletch.
Good morning, Dan. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I think that the reason people like Fitzpatrick so much is they understand his experience, because everybody's had one like that. I think he's going to give us a new word for the show vocabulary. And let me give you an example of how I can identify. Long time ago, I had a new girlfriend. We had a few dates. She was actually interested in me, and then later I realized that, I was kind of in over my head and she was out of my league. A couple weeks before the New Year's Eve, we had a date set up. She was going to be out of town, but be back in time for the date. We make solid New Year's Eve plans. New Year's Eve comes up. I can't get a hold of her on the phone. She stands me up cold. I am all alone. It's the worst New Year's Eve ever. Next day, New Year's Day, I'm driving over to a buddy's house to watch football games. I see her on the back of some other dude's motorcycle with her arms around his waist.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. And so at that point in time, I think from now on, every time I ever tell this story, I'm just going to say that I was Fitzpatrick.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Fletch. I almost bought a motorcycle just because I knew if I got a girl on there, she would put her arms around me. And I thought, okay, that's good. And I bought a motorcycle, and I started to drive away, and I was out of college, and it broke down on the side of the road. I had a friend come and get me, and we took the motorcycle back to the guy, and I said, give me my money back, and that was it. I had a motorcycle for about 90 minutes. Yes, Todd.
Isn't it safer just to get a cute puppy dog and then you try to get
Todd, if I knew what I know now, back then, I would have learned to dance, play guitar, and always had a puppy with me. But I can't dance, didn't have a dog, and I can't play guitar. Just for you young guys out there, learn guitar, learn to dance, and have a nice puppy. Yes, McClellan.
Can you learn to dance, though? I think
you can. I took dancing lessons. Remember when I was with Gunner?
You must make eye contact.
My wife and I took ballroom dancing, and Gunner was yelling at me, "You must make eye contact!" And I was like, "Oh my God!" Like
you two step now.
I had to put my arms around him as if I was dancing, and I didn't want to make eye contact. And he yelled at me, "You must make eye contact!" And I go, "Oh God, okay." So I'm dancing with a dude, and I'm looking right into his eyes. Gunner. And learn ballroom dancing. Learn a couple of, like Cajun two-step, the waltz, just a couple of things. You can get by. Trust me. Women love it when you go out to the dance floor. Instead of they have to drag you out there. And I can sing, obviously, because you hear that on the show. Just imagine if I had a guitar. I'd be sitting in the corner. I'd be playing like James Taylor or something like that. I'd do a little Sting, a little Dylan. That was another a guy who his music is better by his lyrics. I was thinking about that yesterday. Like Led Zeppelin, to me, their lyrics make their music it doesn't enhance it. It's great music. It's my favorite band. And I got schooled by a Rush fan yesterday after the show. He actually laid out lyrics from Rush songs and say, I think you owe Rush fans an apology. I apologize, Rush fans. There are some great lyrics in there. Better than Led Zeppelin, let's put it that way. I still don't know what a hedgerow is or whatever that is on Stairway to Heaven.
There's the bustle in your hedgerow.
Don't be alone. Whatever. And then what's the May Queen or something like that?
Yeah, it's something about the May Queen.
No idea. Stupid. Yeah, McLevin.
I strongly prefer this version of you than doing the Charleston singing Tangled Up in Blue in the corner guy. That's so soft to dance, to play guitar. Come on, you don't need those things.
Oh, yes, I did.
We all did.
I went 0 for 2 years at Eastern Kentucky.
The Big O?
I didn't have a date.
Oh.
I went 0 for 2 years.
I don't know that a guitar is going to help you then, pal.
I think a guitar could have helped me at least go 1 for 2.
Yeah, I know.
But for some reason, it could have been the long hair. It could have been the acne. It could have been that I weighed, 160. I was 6'3". didn't have much going. I had no money. I had no car. I didn't have any charm. I had nothing. Yes, at the time.
Is that where the whiff was born?
Whoa.
Hey, would you like to go out sometime? Maybe we could see it. No, thank you.
Yeah.
The whiff.
I got caught looking. Third strike so many times. Ha! I'd be like, God, I never got my bat off my shoulder. Horrible. Oh, for 2 years. I mean, it's not like McLovin at Dartmouth.
Hey, I mean,
You went one for 4 years, didn't you?
Yeah, I had one girlfriend for 4 years, but high school I had the fictional girlfriend in the Niagara Falls area. That's even worse.
I know. Yes, Paulie.
Dan, in high school, you guys aren't even close to where I was. I owned a Corvette, and I don't think I ever had a girl in the front seat of it, much less a back seat, which it doesn't have. I didn't even have a back seat to not have anyone in. I owned a Corvette. You know how cool that is in high school?
You're right.
And it's like a Bears drafting a quarterback. Me getting a Corvette is wasted.
We had one car, 6 kids, and we had an Oldsmobile, like a Delta 98, I think. And my dad had it. I never got to drive it. I never, so like my senior year, I think I bought a car, but I had a bike. I went on a date on a bike. Like, how do you pick up your date on a bike?
The little bell. You ring the little ding, ding, ding. Basket.
It's not a bicycle for 2. I had her get on her bike. We were juniors in high school. Everybody else had like Camaros and Trans Ams, Chevelle 396 SS, Roadrunners, and I had a damn bicycle.
Not even a banana seat where you can kind of fit a second person.
No, I didn't have a banana seat where she could have sat on the back and put her arms around me. I had no strategy. Yes, McLovin.
I had a minivan, my mom's minivan, and everyone's like, "Oh, there's plenty of room in the back there to get some action." I'm like, "Yeah, I can fit the whole Dungeons and Dragons club in here." People said that all the time, like, "Whoa, you could." And like, there was no one in that car. My car was lonelier than yours, Paul.
That was the shaggin' wagon.
Mathlete road trips.
If this minivan be rocking,
don't bother knocking.
56-sided die be rolling.
People walk by and they hear the noise in there, and they're going, "Whoa, what's going on in that van?" Dungeons and Dragons. They're playing a game.
Yeah, Warlock just entered the room.
Yeah, you're hearing these noises. Woo! Yeah! Oh!
We just encountered a whole pack of gargoyles. You don't want to come in here.
Yeah, both.
But Fritzy's college, Fritzy didn't. He attended college without being at college. He was in an apartment building with his mom in college.
Very tough.
He's right in the same boat as us.
He could have been in New York at NYU.
I was in my apartment in Brooklyn with a Heather Thomas and Heather Locklear poster, and that was about it.
Yeah,
and he was ripped. He looked like a ripped David Hasselhoff. He could have killed it.
He was a ripped Mark Ruffalo.
If there wasn't any pretty girl I was interested in the neighborhood within a couple of blocks of my parents' apartment building, it just wasn't.
What a waste of muscles back then, man.
Totally.
Gosh. But you had that look, though.
Little window.
Yeah, I know. Really small window.